clearly we underplayed the coordinator shuffle to start the season. I think Shep has done a pretty good job. The rush defense has been tough, but personnel-wise, what do you want him to do? I mean, at one point against the Vikings, they were down to their sixth string safety. I mean, at some point, there's only so much you can do with what you have. And overall, Minnesota's offense, they didn't have much to offer, but the defense played pretty well. The mistake at the end was painful. And you could see with Addison, when he was coming across behind the quarterback, the Lions defense was pointing at him, but by the time they shifted, he's too fast and he was gone. But as soon as the Lions defense started pointing the way they were at him and he comes across, I thought, oh boy. Did I think he was going to score a touchdown? No. Good Lord, he's fast. That sucked. Again, I think Shep has done a pretty good job. John Morton, on the other hand, not so much at all. He lost his play calling duties early. And for a second, it looked like Dan Campbell, was going to be the savior, or he was going to be the guy that would right the ship when it comes to the play calling. And I think ultimately that was not the case. Would I rather have him call the plays than Morton? Yes. Would I rather have somebody else call the plays than both of them? I think so. But I don't know who that would be. And that's hard to say. Well, who do you want to call the plays? I don't know. Because if they don't replace Morton, it's going to be one of the two of them, and it'll be Campbell. They're not going to. John Morton's not getting his play calling duties back. It's not happening. Why would you do that? Football craves consistency, and having a play caller shuffle benefits nobody. So I don't know what happens with the coordinators. I still think that Scotty Montgomery is going to be the offensive coordinator at some point. People say, well, why did they hire John Morton then? I don't think that Dan Campbell thought Scotty Montgomery was ready. He's moved him. Now he's coached the running backs and the wide receivers. I don't think there's a coincidence there. It seems to me that he's going through a process. I don't like the word grooming anymore because it has another connotation, which is f***ing terrible. But he's being brought up to be the offensive coordinator in Dan Campbell's scheme. That's what it looks like to me from the outside. The way people talk about Montgomery, whether it's the players or the other coaches, I mean, he is revered. I think he needed time. Looking back on it, was Morton the right choice? Probably not. And he'd been an offensive coordinator before. It did not work before, and it has not worked this time.